Okay, this is getting weird.
The Lord has come to give you life more abundantly. He's come to heal your wounded soul and set your spirit free. Mother, sister, best friend or wife, the message is still the same. A girlfriend, get alive. Oh, girlfriend, get alive.
Hi, I'm Carita Dee, and welcome to the Carita Dee TV Show. So glad to have you here once again. Of course, it's another great day that God has made, and we're going to have some joy up in the house tonight. As usual, we're going to be talking about things that pertain to women and inspire us women to get back on track. So, of course, it's going to be a phenomenal night, and I'm so glad that you're with me once again. Hey, I just want to make sure I say a big shout out to all my friends out there on Facebook. Of course, Facebook Live is right on, and I want to make sure that all of you are on there. I'm trying to get myself on Facebook Live myself so I can make sure that I'm up there with you, but somehow I don't seem to be connecting right now, but I'm going to work that out in the break. In the meantime, I just want to say, hey, a big shout out to all my girls out there in St. Vincent, Antigua, Grenada, all of you out there in Anguilla, Jamaica, all the Crucians. Hey, I just want to say, hey, especially Virgin Gorda. I know that you're listening right now and you're watching right now, so thank God that you are. Hey, listen, once again, we're going to have a great show tonight. I wanted to share tonight part of what it takes to bring your dreams to pass. So many people are having a hard time, especially in hard economic times, in bringing up your dreams. Sometimes it's just a matter of really persevering and getting them to the point where they can propel on their own. And sometimes you really have a hard time in the crunch time getting to that precious moment where you can actually see it materialize. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And of course, I always start to talk based on transparency. I share some of my life story and encourage you, the girlfriends and the guy friends too, to come on board and share your stories with me. Some of you have done some phenomenal things in life, and I want to make sure that we're all in this big melting pot together, sharing our feelings, sharing our excitement, so that all of us can get to where we're supposed to be. I don't care if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 50, if you're 20. It doesn't matter. If you're 70 or 80, it really doesn't matter. What really matters is that whatever dream that you came into this world with, whatever dream you developed along the way, that you are going to accomplish it. Mark my words. I'm telling you right now, I'm speaking into your life. You are going to have that. I know it may seem dark from time to time. I know it may seem like, gosh, it's never going to happen, but I guarantee you that it will. I remember many years ago, my best friend Mel, and my best friend lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Mel and I were talking, and we were sharing what it took to get to the next level. We had obviously been to church together, and we had gone out together, and we sat in a Jamaican restaurant. Yeah, we sure did. We used to sit, every time we had a major event in our lives, we'd sit and have some brown stewed chicken. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. But we would have fun along the journey because we knew that one of the things that it takes along the journey is that you have to celebrate what's happening in your life. And sometimes we don't celebrate. So that's a little clue as to where we're going tonight. Hey, listen, I've got some guests coming in via video chat, so you're going to be seeing them in a little short while. But in the meantime, I wanted to share just a little bit of what it takes for us to get to the next level. A lot of you are trying to finish your degrees. Some of you don't have any money. What you're trying to do is start a business. Maybe you want to be entrepreneurial. All of these things are dreams, dreams that you want to accomplish, and dreams should never die, right? But yet so many people go, if you pass the graveyard, you will see so many graves with dreams there dead inside of so many people. So we don't want to be that. We don't want to go home to God with a dream inside of us. We want it to materialize so that it's left for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, some incredible stories that we can share with them about the ability to be tenacious, to stick to it, stay in the game, be committed. Very important word. Be committed no matter what. Sometimes the winds may come and the tides may come over you and you feel like it's a tidal wave. But no matter what's happening, I guarantee you, because you're committed, you're going to see it come to pass. When I had this dream, and I would share it with Mel, And I would tell her from time to time all of the things that I was, I'd go to her and I'd get all excited. Oh, Mel, I just came up with this idea and I just had this thought and God just told me, and, all these things. And she'd sit there really patiently, God bless her. She'd sit there and just, she embraced the fact that I was sharing it with her. And it's good because you only need one good friend, really. And so I shared that with her. And I remember we would just talk for hours on end. And that was back in 2004. I was dreaming about this moment right here back in 2004. Now, at this moment, I can actually go back and walk those steps with Mel. The days that I was disappointed, the days that I didn't see it, the days when people left me, the days when people persecuted me, the days when when I felt like, oh gosh, how is it that I'm here and I'm doing this? It seems like I'm all alone. All of those kind of situations are situations that you're probably feeling right now. And so I'm going to encourage every last one of you that's listening tonight. I want to make sure that you know that every last one of you who's hearing my voice tonight, you can accomplish what you set out to do. Yes, there's going to be mucho sacrifices. We're going to be talking about that later, but it doesn't matter. Sacrifice anything that you have to sacrifice in order to make the dream come alive. Yes, it's going to feel like it's hurting over and over and over again. But that's the difference between the people who are great and the people who don't accomplish. If you want to accomplish this thing, I'm telling you, girlfriend, you got to pay the price. We've seen that in so many major people around the world, major players. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders, took him 1,100 times before he could get his business off the ground. Not once, not twice, not 10 times, 1,100 times. That's amazing that that man stuck around so long for me to eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken every so often. So I'm telling you, if you've got a great idea, whatever it is that you are believing that you can do, whatever it is that you've started to do, maybe you got laid off, maybe it is that you want to challenge yourself to get to another level, whatever it is, I'm telling you right now, you can do it. Listen, I know I'm not preaching to the choir because it is totally possible. And the reason it's possible is because I'm going to share from time to time some of the things that I had to do in order to get to the next level. One of the things I was just sharing with Mel today, one of the things that I had to do, which is really interesting, is as you go from point to point to point, you're going to realize that the stakes get higher. When I started, and I started in radio, I was on radio once every 2 weeks for half an hour. Can you believe it? Once every 2 weeks for half an hour. And then lo and behold, an opportunity came for me to be on, I think it was maybe once every day, something like that, for an hour. And so as it got more and more and more and more, it was just incredible to me that on every season, it just went to the next level. So I just want to make sure that I encourage you to, continue your dream, to stay focused, to stay purposeful, so that you continue going higher and higher and higher. Now, once I got to the point where I got on radio and I was on 4 hours every day and everything was flowing and it was great, suddenly the challenge came to get onto TV. And so I started my TV vision and started working that slowly but surely, slowly but surely. And lo and behold, here it is. We're going to be on every single night. Yes, we may be working out a few little kinks from time to time, so we ask you to be patient with us. But in the meantime, that's what it takes to get to the next level. And I know it's not something that people share with you. You would be surprised. I mean, seriously, you'd be surprised at the crazy stuff that people go through in order to get to their next level. Okay, incredible. Some things that you say to yourself you would never ever do, and yet you end up doing it. I mean, it is absolutely insane, but you do. And the reason you do it is because you're committed. There are people that come on and they're committed for a short while and then they jump off. They may have been committed to your dream for a short while and then they leave you. It's okay. What's so important and what's more important is that it's not about just being committed, but being committed for the long haul. That's the difference between the great and the not so great. Hey, I'm Carita Dee. I'm looking forward to seeing you back just right after this.
Sister, best friend or wife, the message is still the same. A girlfriend get alive, oh, girlfriend get alive. same. A girlfriend, get a life. Oh, girlfriend, get a life.
Hi, you're back with me, Carita Dee. So glad to have you back tonight. It's the second night of the TV show, and we're coming to you from CaribVision in Barbados, going to 30 countries around the world, more than 30 countries around the world. And of course, on Facebook, we're all over the world. Glad to have you back on board with us. Hey, listen, it's going to be a great night because we're talking about vision, talking about getting to the next level. And it's so important to really take your time and establish your dream, establish what it is that you must know beyond the shadow of a doubt what you're supposed to be doing on this earth. If you don't know, then it's time that you take some time to find out. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight because it is so important. As a matter of fact, it's imperative, absolutely imperative. I meet doctors that I think to myself, okay, you're in the wrong profession. Because, you know, here in the Caribbean, we have this thing, well, a doctor is it, or a lawyer is it. And I'm not discrediting their professions. I'm saying that you must know beyond the shadow of a doubt. I've known doctors who wanted to be musicians, but they just went along with what their parents said and became a doctor just for the sake. And then surely, but you know, just as sure as I can say this, they eventually become musicians because you know what? They become more and more frustrated every single day. And after a while, you know, they're not giving us good service. So when you go to them and you're thinking to yourself, well, he's not a good doctor. It's not because of skill. It's because of passion. Passion is what it's all about. His passion has faded because that's not what he really wants to do. So I would do you a favor, and if you don't think he's good, try finding somebody else. Hey, listen, we want to make sure the number is right there on the screen. So you're going to be seeing the phone number right there. I believe the number is 246-467-1046. 246-467-1046. I want to say big ups to all my girls out there. Once again, I'm right here live on Facebook. I'm not live on Facebook, hoping to see everybody out there, but I'm not live. And so therefore, I can't see any of you, which is not really cool, but hopefully we'll get that fixed very, very, very soon. I can't see it, so I'm not live. All right, so I'm going to be talking now to, as a matter of fact, I think I want to bring my girlfriend, Melanie. Melanie is the coolest chick that I know. She's my best friend. I wanted to talk to her about the importance of having a best friend on with us here when you're going through your destiny. And I thought I'd bring Melanie and I in so that you understand the elements of having a best friend and what a best friend is supposed to be to you. So many times you find people have best friends, but it's such a toxic relationship. And with Mel and I, Melanie has been a very, very integral part of bringing me from the point A to point B to point C to point D. So we're going to put Melanie up. Hey, Melanie. Hello.
Hey, Carita.
Hi there. I'm expecting everybody to see you, so I'm looking back here so I can see you. Can I see Melanie? Is Melanie going to be here with me? Hello. Can anybody tell me? Okay, great. Hi, Mel.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Let me see if I can get this.
I can't see your face though. That's really disappointing. I want to be able to see your face out there in Charlotte, North Carolina. How's the weather out there, girl?
Hot.
Hot. You are a woman of few words. Okay, so we met back in what year was that?
2000 and.
You got to shout a little louder because I cannot hear you.
Okay. It should have been like around 2000 and what, 2?
Yeah, I would figure it was about 2002. Yeah, so that means we've been friends for about 16 years or so. And
Yes.
and back in 2002, we met. Actually, we were in the same church together. We were doing the same ministry together, and we were out shopping, which is your favorite thing to do. And
Yes.
okay, you're going to shoot me later, but it's all right. So Mel, tell me some of the things that you would encourage people as far as having a friend and guiding them along when you know that they're destined to do great things.
One's destiny or whatever it is that God has called them to do
Right.
is different.
Yeah.
I don't want to do yours,
Right.
and you don't want to do mine.
No, absolutely not.
However,
Yeah.
it is wonderful to be able to share
Okay.
your vision with someone who is vision oriented and they have their own.
Right.
There's no jealousy,
Right.
there's no envy,
Right.
but it's constant encouragement because it fuels you.
Right. Yeah,
So
and
we can
absolutely,
go
you're right.
along.
Yeah, you're right, because it does fuel you. Because some of the things that you would share with me from time to time, I had no clue as to what was happening. But sometimes you would talk to me and you would share things with me, and I would say, "Oh my God, I missed that. I had no idea that that was so important." But it was important, and I'm so glad that you did.
Yes, this is a very emotional moment for me for some
Are
odd
you?
reason.
My best friend. I'm seeing her live on Facebook. Tell me something though, Mel. How has the journey been for you?
Well, for one thing, I've learned a lot of things during this journey because it's so important to persevere, regardless of what comes your way.
Yeah,
What's the most important thing is that you stay focused
yeah,
on what the vision is
hmm,
and you continue to follow the right path. Veering away from it delays things, it's frustrating, it's
yes,
disheartening,
hmm,
um, very, very frustrating. So you try to stay on the path. And it's good to have someone that continues to encourage you to stay on the path. Someone who always speaks life into that dream that you have.
absolutely.
And
Abs-
someone who has no what's the word for it? They have no vested interest, okay?
Mm, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Because it's not their dream, but they can encourage you in your dream.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
So
And
yeah,
yeah, I think that's what we do. I think we encourage each other. I think we help each other with each other's respective dreams so that we can get to the next level. And that's what I really truly appreciate about you. I have never ever felt more safe with anyone with my dream than with you. And that's the truth. We have a relationship that precedes my husband, and it precedes anyone else. And so that's what's been so encouraging, having you in my corner every single day. I love you, girl.
I love you too.
And we don't say that enough. We really don't say that enough as women to each other, that we love each other. And so I am so, so glad. So we're going to be breaking here in a few moments, and I'm going to come back and talk to my girl Melanie some more right after this.
All right.
I'm Carita Dee, coming back.
Sister, best friend or wife, the message is still the same. A girlfriend get a life, oh, girlfriend get a life.
This hurricane tip comes to you compliments the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency and the Caribbean Media Corporation. Be prepared. Keep a working flashlight and batteries available during the hurricane season.
back with me, Carita Dee. So glad to have you back in the house. Of course, we are here coming to you via CaribVision, and we are excited to talk about your dream, how you get your dream to come to pass. And I've got one of my favorite people in the house with me, my girlfriend, Melanie. She's supposed to be up here with us so that you can all see her. But those of you who are out there on Facebook, hopefully you can tune into our Facebook, Carita Dee Facebook page, and you'll be able to see Melanie on there with me. Hey, Mel, you still there, girl?
I'm still here.
Glad to have you with me, girl. So during this time,
Yeah.
during this time, you have obviously seen all the ups and downs of the dream. You've seen where I was very, very successful, and then you saw a dip, and then you saw me rise again, and then you saw a dip, and that is what life is all about, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But the thing of it is that things change, seasons change.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to go through things to go to the next level.
Yes.
So in these little dips, that's what I was talking about. Having a friend that really doesn't have a vested interest in what you're doing, except for to encourage you, to keep you focused, to encourage you to continue to dream, to hold on, to be honest, to be upfront. You need those things so that you are able to stay focused on where you need to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have kept me focused every single step of the minute. I mean, you know, you every single minute of the steps. You actually would refocus me, and that's one of the things I really like about you. I remember back in the day we had this thing that we used to say to each other. We would give each other. It started out with about maybe 3. I think where did it start with 3 minutes, Mel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd start out with 3 minutes, and we would allow ourselves time to vent. So if something was bothering us, whether it was, something at work or whatever the situation was, we would give ourselves 3 minutes, and we would time ourselves, and we'd say, okay, go. And then each of us would vent for the 3 minutes, and that'd be it. And then we got it down to 2 minutes, and so we'd say, okay, vent, go ahead and vent for 2 minutes, and I'd go, go. And then we got it down to 1 minute, and then after a while, it actually kind of disappeared. After a while, we didn't have to put those restrictions on each other. We kind of learned through our friendship to be able to deviate, or maybe a better word is divert the other person off that path and back on focus. Isn't that right?
Well, actually, what happened is that we got down to 30 seconds, and it was like,
did?
okay, girl, you got 30 seconds to say whatever, and then you have to be past that point, and we need to move on to the next thing.
That's right. So where are we now? Are we still at 30? Or have we graduated since then?
No, we just move on. It's like, okay, that's not even worth the conversation. Let's move. We got other things to think about, talk about.
You're right.
We have grown and matured.
Yeah. Recently, I remember I was telling you about something that was happening in my life, and you pretty much said, that ain't even worth the time of day talking about. I was like, oh, ouch, you hurt my feelings. But seriously, though, I am so glad that you've been so committed to being here, being with me, and sharing, so that we can definitely get to the next level. As far as a lot of people may ask, Mel, from a best friend, girlfriend relationship, what about the area of finance? When people are suffering financially, how do we help each other financially? Because everybody's not always in a position to help someone else's dream. So how do you help each other when it comes to finances? What can you do?
Hey, you can do whatever you can do. I mean, you step in and do whatever you can do.
Right.
When you're supporting someone in their dream.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes you to sell something. Sometimes it takes you to borrow something. Sometimes it takes you to give away something.
Yeah.
And then you see how it comes back to you in a way that you don't ever expect.
Totally. And you know what? That once again, it goes back to that commitment and not disassociating, because there were so many times that you shared with me where you shared clothes with me. You'd go out shopping, and next thing you'd come in and you had clothes for me, and that was a big, big thing because I was clueless, still am. Okay, as far as clothes and what to wear and what not to wear, what colors to wear, and all of that. And so you would always help me with that. And then there were times where I was writing my books, and I would share. I'd be up in the midnight hour or whatever, struggling with something, and I'd share, and then you'd give me an idea, and it'd be like, okay, good, that's what works. And then we go back there again. It could, there were so many things that brought financial benefits to me that you were a part of. And I'm so glad that you were there, because a lot of people don't realize that your constant commitment, once again, I keep saying that word, your constant commitment to the other person's dream is imperative. I mean, you just can't pick somebody at one time and then drop them like a hot potato, 5 minutes later. It doesn't work like that.
Well, it depends on what the relationship is.
Yeah.
You have friends, you have associates, you have people.
Right. That's true. Yep, you're right. The friends, the associates, and then just people on the outside. And and I'm so glad, once again, you have been that kind of friend, that you kept on with me, just encouraging me, whether it was financially, whether it was just words encouraging me every single day. You used to quote scripture to me on a ever, never ending basis. We just quoted scripture to each other all the time, just kept each other positive for spirit, soul, and body. And yet in the, in natural element, we knew that we would never ever be without each other, simply because we were committed to the friendship. We were committed to the dream. I'm so glad that you were there. Girl, we're going to be getting together, of course, for that brown stew chicken. Thank you. Hello. I'm not in Charlotte, North Carolina. Are you still eating the chicken, or are you waiting on me to get it?
I'm waiting for you to get it. Matter of fact, you can make some.
Don't hold your breath. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, that's another element of having a friend to get you through the dream, because Melanie and I share celebrations. We believe in celebrating precious moments. This life will go by so quickly that you won't even realize that it's gone and you never had a chance to celebrate. So a lot of times that's what we do. Hey, listen, I'm Carita Dee. This is the Carita Dee TV Show. We're going to come back and talk some more about your dream.
Sister, best friend, no, the message is still the same. A girlfriend, get alive. Oh, girlfriend, get alive.
This hurricane tip comes to you compliments the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency and the Caribbean Media Corporation. Be prepared. Keep a working flashlight and batteries available during the hurricane season.
Sister, best friend, no, the message is still the same. A girlfriend, get alive. Oh, girlfriend, get alive.
Well, welcome back. I'm Carita Dee. So glad to have you back in the house with me. And of course, this is the Carita Dee TV show coming from CaribVision right here in Barbados, going to 30 countries, over 30 countries around the world. And I just want to say a big, big shout out to all the girls out there, all of you in Jamaica and Antigua, Grenada and the Grenadines, Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, all of you out there. Hey, I want to say a big, big shout out to our friend who called last night, Mr. Roberts. Thank you for calling in. Glad to have you. Hey, listen, let me give a big shout out to some of the folks who are on board with me. Jenny Holder, Cheryl Bourne. Hey, Lori Johnson Boyd says, you have friends, you have associates, and then just people. That's good, laughing out loud. So glad to have you on board, Lori Johnson Boyd. Shelly Love says hello. Hi, Shelly. Glad to have you. Also, Alicia Atwell says hello. Hi, Alicia. And also, Sophia Als, glad to have you on board as well. Hey, girlfriends, stay with us because we're getting ready to do some hot topics. Of course, we're just starting up on TV, so we're going to work out a few kinks, and then we're going to, boom, come with our hot stuff. In the meantime, though, I've got... I had my girlfriend Melanie on board with me, and now I think I've got someone else that's going to be really, really influential in helping us get to the next level. What we want to do here on the Carita Dee TV show is to have an experience where you can connect with us, where you can connect with us from all elements. You can connect with us on Facebook. You can connect with us via calling. Yeah, the phone lines are there, as you see on the screen, so that you can always call in. And also, you can connect with us via video chat. So we want to make sure that every element is being worked out, all right? So make sure that you're calling in, 246-467-1046. Any one of you that just want to call in and shout out and say, hey, I'm with you right here. Now, is Melanie still there? Because I want to continue to talk to Melanie. I want to say really quickly, though, Kizzy Simmons Reed says hello. And Verlene Jones says, hello, Verlene in the house. Well, I'm glad you're in your house. I know you're in the house with me, Verlene. Just kidding with you. Hey, Mel, you still there, girlfriend?
I'm still here.
All right.
Still
so we're trying to work it out so that Mel can, the folks on CaribVision can see Mel as well. Right now, the folks on Facebook are able to see Mel. So we're going to continue to work those kinks out so that we can get the CaribVision folks seeing Mel as well. Mel, so we talked about finances because that's really important. And you have helped me financially in so many ways. We help each other, but you have really helped me financially in so many ways. Like I said, I couldn't have got any kind of wardrobe without you, especially in the early days. And sometimes, a lot of times I'm invited to speak at different events, different conferences, things like that. And you got to go looking good, and you need a good girlfriend to help you along the way. So I am so glad that you were there as well. And sometimes girls just don't understand that, do they, Mel?
No, they do not. Not like that. I think what it is, too, is that we have to learn as women to not be jealous or envious.
Oh, that's good.
But appreciate one another.
Yeah.
Truly appreciate one another.
Yep.
Rejoice with one another.
Yes.
There's no room for envy, or there's no room.
That's right. Rejoicing with each other and you're right. There's a lot of cattiness among women, and we want to stay away from the cattiness and that goes back to really knowing what your gift is. Because if you don't know what your gift is, you will feel that you constantly have to be looking at other people to validate yourself. I know for myself, whenever I meet people or there are people in my inner circle who are jealous, I realize that I feel sorry for them because right away I know that they are not comfortable in what God has created them to do. What they're trying to do is be somebody else instead of just being themselves, okay? And isn't that right, Mel?
And it's too hard to be somebody else.
Oh, say that again.
A whole lot of effort to be somebody else.
It surely is, and you're right. I don't like all the effort of trying to be. And you're right. We went through that. I know in the early years when sometimes when you feel like you are supposed to be doing something and it's supposed to be monumental, sometimes you're saying to yourself, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be a singer, but I also do art, and I'm wondering, well, how can I combine the two? And those are the people who figure it out. The people who take the
Right.
time and invest the time and figure it out, those are the people that are happiest, and they're never envious of us. Isn't that right?
No, they're too busy doing their own thing. When you're
That's
doing your own thing, you're just too busy to be envious or jealous of someone else.
and
You
you
have
know,
to be
Mel,
happy where you are.
right. You know, in the beginning, one of the things I tell people who ask me, well, how do you get from A to B? How do you get from point A to B? How do you get to the next level? I always tell them, invest as much as you can financially of your own money. You know, just
Yeah,
whatever you can. I know you may, it all depends on your circumstance. You may be married, you have personal responsibilities, whatever the case may be. But I always say invest, get as much free stuff as you can. That's how we started, right, Mel? We started getting as much free
exactly.
stuff as we could. We get free magazines, free whatever, free lectures, free anything. We just got it free. And that, we went to church for free.
Yeah, how about that?
Right? We went to church, that was free.
Yeah,
Right?
but we got a word.
That's right.
We
That
got
was
a
free
word to push.
motivation every Sunday, every Wednesday. That's what encouraged me to keep going. That was free. And so as a result, I learned a lot of things just in church, just to bring my vision to pass. I mean, I had we both had a remarkable man who taught us, Pastor Robin Gould out there in Charlotte, North Carolina, and actually did a series that totally influenced my life, changed it from one level to another, called Bringing Your Vision to Pass. And I never, ever forgot it. I kept it. It was a series of, I believe, eight back then there were cassette tapes. And I kept it and just studied it over and over and over and over and over again. And lo and behold, whoa, can you believe it? It came to pass. So it shows that if you stay with someone like we did, you can actually, somebody who can encourage you on a daily basis, you can bring it to
Right.
pass. Mel, what happens during separation? I wanted to talk about that because there came a point where I went one way and you were in another way. What happens during that time? Real quick.
Nothing happens in between that time. We still stay connected, regardless
so
of whatever direction you go in. That doesn't stop a person from staying connected with one another. We stay connected through everything.
Yeah.
You took your path, you went your way, I went my way. But it was okay because we have a very good understanding that our relationship is relationship, and however long it lasts, how it lasts. And if it stops, it stops. We're okay. If it comes back, we're okay. So we have a very
Yes.
open relationship, knowing that, I'm here for you, you here for me, and that it
And I'm
works
going to come
fine
on
for
back.
us.
I'll continue to talk to Mel
Yeah.
right after this.
Sister,
Okay, Lorette.
so the message is still the same. A girlfriend get a life. Oh, girlfriend get a life.
This hurricane tip comes to you compliments the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency and the Caribbean Media Corporation. Be prepared. Keep a working flashlight and batteries available during the hurricane season.
Well, you're back with me, Carita Dee. It's the Carita Dee TV Show, Girlfriends Get Alive, and glad that you're here with me once again. And we've been talking about bringing your dream to pass, what it takes to get a dream off the ground, what it takes to sustain it, and what it takes to get it to the point where not only yourself, but other people can see that you have paid the price to get to where you are. I think a lot of us want the express journey. I remember several years ago, somebody said to me that they didn't understand why they thought they were so good at what they were doing, and they were, okay? They felt they were so good at what profession they were in, but yet they felt like other people were being propelled ahead of them. And one of the first things I asked them was, what else have you done to go to the next level? And the person said to me, well, you know, people are supposed to call you. I said, oh, yeah? Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things that you have to do on your own, isn't it, Mel?
Yes, exactly. If this is what you really want, you're going to go after it. You're going to go after it with every.
Can't hear you, Mel. I'm sorry.
I said, if this is something that you truly want,
Yeah.
you're going to go after it with everything that you have. So
Right.
you're not waiting for someone to call you. You're calling on them.
Yes, yes. And I found that people who talk to me about the fact that they can get it off, they wanted to have a pity party. They wanted to be the victim. Being the victim is not a part of being of conquering your dream. That is just, it just won't work. Being a victim and getting your dream to pass, the two just do not mesh. You can't be a victim. You always have to see yourself on top. You always have to see yourself as the victor. You always have to see yourself as having conquered. So if you're sitting there saying, woe is me, well, you know what? Ain't nothing happening. Because the only one that can make this happen is you. And one of the ways I can tell you is that I got a lot of Mel, what can you say? I got a lot of hits along the way. Is that what is that how we can call it?
Yeah, definitely a lot of hits.
Yeah,
Rocket shots.
Yeah, but what you call it?
Rocket shots.
Rocket shots. That's exactly right. Got a lot of rocket shots along the way. People didn't like you. You had to deal with it. People fired you. You had to deal with it. People left you. You got to deal with it. People don't believe in the dream anymore. They don't see it as successful. They think it's past the time. They've seen failures. That's another thing. Because sometimes
Yes.
people will see failures and immediately think you're not going to come back up.
And that's when they jump ship.
That's it. That's exactly when they jump ship. And so you have to now steady yourself in the storm and say to yourself, okay, well, they've jumped ship. So now what am I going to do? Am I going to jump ship, my own dream? Or am I just going to stay there, withstand the sustained winds, those hurricane winds like Beryl that are coming at us, and really, really dig our feet in the sand and stay there? As a matter of fact, someone used to tell me this all the time. It's that if you stand and you crunch your feet in the sand like we have in the Caribbean, most of the time you won't rock from side to side. You know, and so I've tried that. Sometimes you're in the sand and you're going into the water and you just push your feet a little harder into the sand, and then you can stay there. The sand actually comes in and surrounds your feet so that it's harder for you to fall. And we've seen that along the way. We've seen where people have left. Well, Mel and I have seen where people have left. We've seen where people have just decided that, you know, the season was over for them and they, you know, just said goodbye. We've seen where people were jealous. We've seen where they were not committed. Sometimes people are not committed to you. They may be just committed to what you can do for them. And once you've done what they thought you could do for them, they're out. They're gone. And hey, that's sometimes, you know, as a woman, that's pretty painful because you're thinking, oh my God, I feel so used or I feel abused. But the fact remains that that's not your issue. The issue is with the other person. If they decided that they wanted to do something like that and just wanted to walk away, then you got to let them walk.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we have with us. If, in fact, we felt that our relationship was over, we understand that that's the way it is.
Yes.
It's a season, a reason, a time.
Wow, a season, a reason at times. A season, a reason at times. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, you're right. We don't put that kind of pressure on each other. We want to make
No.
sure that that our relationship, our friendship, is one that is able to sustain for a long time. So one of the things is we don't make each other feel bad. I've had relationships with people that I came away, they just pounded me. Oh, you just hurt me so much. You just hurt me. And it's like, after a while, it's like, I don't even want to see the person, because every time you hear that, it's like this big set of condemnation, a big condemnation umbrella all over your head. Who wants to live like that?
No one.
Exactly. Exactly. So we don't live like that, you and I, Mel. We're pretty cool. We don't put that kind of. If I don't hear from you from in a week, 2 weeks, a month, it's just no problem. Absolutely no problem
Uh,
whatsoever.
have we ever had anything like a month?
I'm trying to remember, because we don't time
Mm,
ourselves. I mean, no,
no,
I don't think we've had a month, no, but we've
no,
gone a couple of
I
weeks or
don't think so.
so. We've
Probably
gone.
a couple of weeks because,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably a
we've got a
couple of
couple of
weeks
weeks
of
or
doing
so
things.
where we were both busy, or I was out of town, or you were out of town, whatever the case was happening. But yes, we are still committed, totally committed to the friendship, totally committed to the dreams that we both have, so that we can sit back and really enjoy it. I remember there were certain times along the way where you and I cried about stuff, because it was like, wow, here it is that we were both believing for this, and we suddenly saw it materialize, and it really touched both of us at that moment. One of the times was your grandchildren. I remember your grandchildren, how attached you are to your grandchildren, and the births, plural, of your grandchildren. How touching that was. What a precious moment it was for us.
Huh.
Ah!
That's nothing compared to the different adventures we have gone on as far as you getting to this point.
Yes.
Like I told you before, I'm very emotional right now because
Oh,
this coming into fruition has been something we have talked about for a long time. We
yes.
have prayed about it.
Yep.
We have made confessions over it.
Yes, we have.
We have spent many times talking and just trying to think of how this might come to fruition, what
Yes.
might happen, how it might happen.
Yes.
So to see this come to fruition for me is very touching.
Oh, I love you, girl.
I'm not going to be a waterhead on
You are
TV.
a waterhead right now, but that is okay. That's one of the reasons I love you. Oprah and Gail ain't got nothing on us. Yeah, we've had, yeah, we do have our waterhead moments from time to time. We have had
Mhm.
lots and lots of great, wonderful moments we will cherish forever. We've had ups, we've had our downs, we've had our struggles, we've gone through financial stuff, we've gone through family stuff, we've gone through all kinds of stuff. But yet the commitment that we have to each other, and the desire to see each other improve, has been one of the greatest treasures that we carry on this earth. This is a journey. Life is a journey. It doesn't stop because you decide that you're going to stop. Life continues to carry on. So I'm encouraging you, girlfriends, that if it is that you are seeking to get to the next level, one of the greatest things that you can do on this earth is to have a friend. In the Bible, David had a Jonathan, Elijah had an Elisha. Hey, Carita's got a Gail, and Gail's got a Carita. And so I encourage you to really treasure your friendships. Treasure those people around you who help to keep you motivated. Treasure those people around you who help to keep you sustained in the low times and in the high times. Those people who can celebrate with you, because we have to celebrate precious moments. Never let great moments like achievements and things go by without a celebration, because in the years to come, you will remember those wonderful, wonderful moments. Hey, Mel, it's been great having you here, girl.
It's been good being there with
And I'm going to call you tomorrow.
you. Yes, you definitely call me tomorrow.
Hey, listen, girlfriends, I just love you, seriously. And I want to make sure that what we're having here on the Carita Dee TV show is an expression of some of the things that Mel and I have. We want to form a movement of women where we come together every night. We share things with each other. Many times we're going to get together and help each other, by the way. And we're going to be talking about more of that in the months to come. But even more important, what we want to have is a commitment to being in fellowship with us. Women are now rocking the world. Men, we got nothing but mad respect for you, but I'm telling you, women are rocking the world. And we want to be able to show men that we love them, but we still have to do all the things that we have been designed to do. And so we're going to be doing it, really rocking this world, taking it to the next level. I mean, super, super levels where we can really achieve what we wanted. Some of us have given up a lot, sacrificed a lot. Hey, listen, along the road, I gave up a car. I just had to sell my car in order to let the dream come alive because I don't have a car. But it doesn't matter. You do what you have to do in order to get to the next level. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. What it is about, it's about getting to the next level. It doesn't matter what so-and-so says. They're not living the dream. You're living your dream. You're living your own truth. So just stay motivated, stay connected, pray every day, stay connected to God. He's the one who gave you the vision. And continue to walk this out so that you will see the manifestation of what you've been believing for. It's not enough that you just amble along and then just say, well, you know, it was because of this or it was because of that. Well, every one of us can have an excuse. Every one of us can have a reason. Every one of us makes mistakes. Every one of us does some crazy thing that we could blame it on. But why sit down there and do the blame game? So what? You're going to blame so-and-so this year. Then you're going to, when they're gone, you're going to blame somebody else next year. And then, you know, you're going to blame something else, and you're just going to continue to blame for the rest of your life. That is crazy. Who wants to live like that? No, you want to make good choices and a stick-to-itiveness so that you stay in the game and reach the level that you're supposed to live. You're not going to continue. You are not going to sell out your dream. And listen, don't you dare give that dream to your children. Your children have their own dream. So you don't want to be just passing this on and trying to force it on someone else just because you didn't take the time to initiate it on your own. We want to see good, healthy women, totally reformed now. We want to see our Caribbean women and women around the world going to the next level so that we can really achieve what God has called us to be. Hey, listen, I'm Carita Dee. It's been real tonight. We're going to be getting into some really meaty subjects because we want to make sure that you are on point for 2018. I know half the year is gone, but we got another half to go. And so we want to make sure that you are reaching it. Tonight, I had my girlfriend Mel. I always start every season, every new season with Mel. So I encourage you to stay with me every night. I'm Carita Dee, telling you girlfriends, get a life.
Sister, best friend or wife, the message is still the same. A girlfriend